Elon Musk needs no introduction. As CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, his ventures capture headlines. One such venture is Starlink. This satellite internet constellation aims to blanket Earth with high-speed internet access. But what if this noble goal had a darker side? Imagine the power to connect being used to manipulate. With Musk at the helm, concerns about control and potential misuse arise. A single company wielding such influence over global communications is unprecedented. Could Musk have used Starlink to sway the 2024 election for Trump? Technical experts suggest it's possible. By controlling internet access, Musk could have influenced online voting systems. Musk's personal motives? His public support for Trump is well documented. Trump himself hinted at election manipulation, saying, "We had tremendous help from our friends in high places." Trump also remarked, "People won't even need to vote, and I had it fixed." In the final weeks of the campaign, Musk appeared by Trump's side at rallies, further fueling speculation. Musk's power and influence were seen as pivotal in securing the election outcome. Now let's delve into the possibility. How could Elon Musk have used Starlink to interfere in the 2024 election for Trump? It was public knowledge that Starlink was used to transfer the voting data from around the country to the central authorities. By intercepting and altering data packets, the results could be skewed in favor of a particular candidate. Musk's personal motives? His public support for Trump and their shared vision for America's future. Reports suggest secret meetings and collaborations between Musk and Trump leading up to the election. Trump himself hinted at having the best technology to secure his victory. Musk's support for Trump could be driven by the promise of a more favorable government for the expansion of his ventures like Tesla and SpaceX. Additionally, Musk has been showing an increasingly hostile view of Democrats and American liberals in general, along with his adoption of conservative, anti-woke views that he seemingly didn't have before. It remains to speculate whether he only adopted these views to flirt with the MAGA conservatives, for them to view him favorably, or if he is genuinely with them on these subjects. Nor are the exact technical details clear at this point, but the motives are, and the strange giveaways the two of them have shown right before the election stands as the biggest clue. Seemingly everyone noted that they saw more people than ever at the voting places this year, so why weren't the numbers higher in the actual result? Where did all of these votes go? Surely there weren't more Trump voters than before. If anything, they're showing less enthusiasm than ever, except the remaining ones are louder, angrier, and more irritable than ever. More people than ever were notified that their votes were rejected as invalid. So everything points to that Harris-Walz actually won. But what if the manipulation goes deeper? Imagine a scenario where the data packets carrying thousands of votes were intercepted mid-transfer. What if they were altered or discarded by a system so sophisticated that it leaves no trace? Starlink's advanced satellite network could theoretically facilitate such an operation. With Musk's unprecedented control over this technology and his apparent political leanings, it's not far-fetched to consider the possibility. The discrepancies between the observed voting turnout and the final results could be a glaring red flag. Moreover, the sudden surge in invalidated votes raises even more questions. Could these rejections be part of a larger scheme to suppress certain votes while ensuring others are counted? The idea of a technologically orchestrated election interference isn't just a plot for a sci-fi thriller, it could very well be our new reality. There were also numerous reports of sabotage, such as threats against voting places, causing them to be shut down, and even actual bombs, as well as mailboxes and ballot boxes used for early voting, set on fire, predictably in heavily Democrat voting areas. As we piece together the clues from Musk's political motivations to the unexplained anomalies in the voting process, we begin to see a pattern. So, why don't we have a full manual recount? Many are disappointed that Harris-Walz and the Democrats seemed so accepting of the result, despite all the anomalies. But what if this apparent acceptance is part of a deeper strategy? Rather than acting like election deniers as some did in 2020, they may have chosen a different path. Outwardly, they appear quietly accepting of their defeat, avoiding public outcry and protests. However, behind the scenes, they are taking the steps that truly matter. Instead of engaging in public spectacles, they are quietly pushing for a full, manual recount. We are still well within the time frame for such a recount to happen, and we can only hope that it will sort things out. Recounts can often yield different results than the initial count due to various factors such as human error, machine malfunctions, or misinterpretation of voter intent. This might have been part of Musk and Trump's plan all along. They could have known that their method of cheating would only affect the initial count and not a thorough recount. By planning ahead, they could use this to claim that the recounts are rigged, while in fact, they are the ones cheating. The objective may not have been to successfully rig the election, but only to give their deluded and easily deceptive MAGA fanatics a reason to think they actually won. Imagine the chaos, the division, the confusion. The recount itself becomes a battleground, a stage for their next act. Everything points to that Trump, Musk, and the MAGAs are planning to commit an actual coup in 2025. Everything is set up, especially the polarization, sheer hatred, and the fact-ignoring, anti-intellectual focus on anger and perceived injustice rather than actual solutions to social issues. It follows the pattern of totalitarian coups throughout history, as seen all over the world, in every way. The January 2021 coup attempt was nothing in comparison to what they seem to be planning. Such a coup attempt would involve a coordinated effort, with participants motivated by a mix of ultra-MAGA ideology and a sense of perceived injustice. But are there really enough people who believe in these ultra-MAGA ideas to take part in such a coup with risk for their lives? Only a few hundred fanatics with guns in each state are necessary to cause total chaos all over the nation, and there surely are enough such crazy MAGA supporters. Imagine the chaos-coordinated attacks on key government buildings, disruptions in communication networks, and widespread misinformation campaigns. The fabric of democracy itself would be under siege. But the question remains, can this be stopped? Is there a way to counteract this looming threat before it becomes a reality? The answer lies not just in political maneuvering, but in the power of an informed and united public. We can only hope, should the recounts show that Harris-Walz actually won and they are inaugurated after all, in January 2025, that they realize it's no use and it doesn't happen. But what if the recounts still show that Trump won? What if, despite all efforts, there's nothing more to do? Imagine the disillusionment and despair when the recounts, supposedly the final bastion of truth, still uphold a Trump victory. If no technical cheating can be proven, it doesn't erase the reality that Trump's entire campaign was built on dishonesty and deception. His motives, his statements about society, his policies, all crafted to manipulate and mislead, and he wasn't alone. Elon Musk, Fox News, and other powerful media institutions played their part, convincing millions that Trump was their savior. No matter how many voted for him, the facts remain. Trump is a liar, an outright criminal. His manipulation of the system, his exploitation of loopholes, and his team of lawyers might shield him from legal repercussions, but they cannot hide the truth. As we stand on the brink with the scheduled inauguration just 2 months away, the nation's eyes are fixed on the outcome. Will the recounts confirm a Trump victory, or will Harris-Walz emerge victorious? The tension is palpable, the stakes higher than ever. Who, if anyone, will actually get sworn in on January 20th? We will continue covering the latest events, hard facts hidden away by the mainstream media, cutting-edge perspectives on this and other issues outside of mainstream media coverage, on the edge of acceptability, the bleeding edge of progress.